Let's have a look at what the EventMaster app can do for you. And let's first introduce you to Glide Systems. Glide Apps is an online no-code development provider, but also then the hosting provider that you sign up with in order to run the apps that you develop on Glide Apps. So they're no code, which means that a developer doesn't have to learn the underlying language to develop these things. And that means that as a media business, we've been able to develop an app which meets our needs and can be hosted on Glide Apps at a very reasonable cost. And we, by selling this app to you, don't make money out of the hosting costs, which you have to have a look at, because depending on the size of organization and the number of users of the app you want to have, the pricing is slightly different. And in fact, if you go with a free hosting solution, you can still have a number of your employees, if you don't all have a business account, who are able to buy this app and run it on Glide Apps and use it live at no cost. So Glide Apps work in a very simple way. They work with I'm going to click on data so that you can see that there's these data tables, which are exactly like your spreadsheets that you use at work. And in fact, for one of the packages, subscriptions you take, you can have it synchronized with your actual spreadsheets back at work. But what you have here is everything is table driven. Down the left, you can see I've got tables for my calendar, for my events, for my equipment. I've got tables for tasks and my team and locations that we use, etc. Clients, team, gear required, what have you. Okay, so what happens? What is it that we are doing with Glide Apps? Well, we can use it as a mobile app, and underlying this is the data I just showed you in a table. And we can use it back at the office or on our laptop, wherever we are managing an event. We can pull up a desktop version of the app, which of course has all of the underlying data. And then it has the menus at the top of the screen that you're working on your laptop, etc. So let me jump back to the app, because that's what's really valuable about this. And I'm going to whiz along because this is just a marketing video, not a training video. So what we're able to do is, when we're going to or are at a venue setting up, first, let's just say at the office, we're having our production meetings. We're looking ahead at what's coming a week ahead and a month ahead, and we can see a schedule of what's coming. What I don't have on this particular screen, just to show you how easy this is I can add the date to my display. There you go. You can see it. And if I click on an event, then I can see all the details about that event, and I can add more columns to my tables linked to the screen, and we can just have more information. So we have a schedule screen. We have a list of our equipment. What have we got? How many of them do we have? If I have my mics, Rode booms, and then I can have a look. Oh, what does it cost me to use it? What does it cost me to hire it? What is it? How big is it? How much does it weigh? If I'm at the site and I need one of these and I didn't bring it, I've got to send somebody, but they can't go on their bicycle because it's a little bit of a big box. So on site, I can look at all of the equipment that we have back at the office and how many of them we have. Okay. I can look at the tasks that are going on within my business, but I can particularly have a task list which I use for event readiness. And then I can have information about the locations I'm going to. So I'm going to the Mount Nelson Hotel. Well, I've got a table, remember, a table above it that's got all the information that I can see on my app. I'm on the way to the site. I can have all the detail I want there about who I'm contacting, who's responsible for security, what security arrangements are there, etc. And pictures of what's happening at the site. So all very cool and powerful. And what gear do I require based on the kind of event? So not necessarily for that venue, because my venue I can put that kind of information, but this is just bog standard. I'm doing a podcast outdoors where it's noisy and unpredictable. What kind of stuff do I need? Well, I haven't populated that one. Let's say indoors at a studio, but indoors but not at a studio. Well, this is the kind of information. Once again, that's available to you if you look at the desktop, or it's available to you looking at the app. And then if we go back to our main screen again, if we look at the top, we can look at who our suppliers are. And you could have a long list here. Frederico is a freelance cameraman. And I can go and see El Frederico, and I can see details about him and what he's doing for us and what he did for us before. So again, just very basic for managing your business, but really handy if you've got to get hold of your supplier of hotel accommodation because suddenly you guys are stuck in a city and you do use these people. There's their details, you know how to get hold of them. And then your information about your clients. So let's say that I've got that linked to the other table. That's embarrassing while I'm doing a demo to you. And then, of course, I can show you my team details, and I can show you another view of my calendar instead of I've got the schedule, or I've got the calendar view of the same. So if I look forward a bit, you can see those events which are on the other view of my schedule. So that's my introduction to this app. I think you will see it is feature rich, but very simple. Any of your employees can use it.